Hey there, it is Tuesday, September 16th, 2008. And what a great day it is. McCain, or rather, one of his surrogates, is claiming McCain invented the BlackBerry. The BlackBerry. I'm not sure what's going on, but I have this feeling that this is indicative of some kind of panic attack on the part of the McCain campaign. Because when your surrogates start claiming that you invented a type of cell phone, when you clearly did not, simply in order to boost your economic credentials, you know something is wrong. So yes, this is a great day for all of us. Thanks for tuning in today. Things are going great. First of all, this whole campaign is taking a turn for the better. I was worried. I was really worried for maybe a week, 2 weeks. After McCain's convention speech, the whole campaign just changed its tone, and now I think that the tone is going back in our favor, whereas before it was in his favor. We saw all those polls coming out where he was ahead. Now we see Obama taking the lead again. So, on that front, we are good. The CNN poll that came out yesterday, McCain's lead is completely gone. They're tied now at 45%, and that trend will continue, I think, in such a way that Obama takes the lead by this weekend. So great. This is good. This is good news. And Obama, I am so proud of his campaign because they are finally doing what is necessary and what myself and so many others have been advocating for weeks. They had to hit back harder, and that's what they're doing. They're hitting back harder, and they're doing it well. If you saw Obama's speech, I think it was in Colorado the other day, he made this great quote, commenting on the lobbyists that run McCain's campaign. And as I'm sure you know if you're following this campaign, that's a lot of people. I mean, I think there are 7 or 8 lobbyists in charge of his campaign. And Obama said, and this is a fantastic quote, he says, and this is a quote, if you think, it's a rough quote, I'm not sure if it's exactly right, if you think these lobbyists are running his campaign out of the goodness of their hearts, then I've got a bridge to sell you in Alaska. Yes, that is good. And when I heard that, I literally laughed out loud, and I think I frightened my neighbors because I think I was loud enough to wake up their children. That was just such a great attack, and he's finally doing what he needs to do in order to get this campaign back on his turf. And his turf is change. His turf is the fact that he doesn't have lobbyists or PACs running his campaign. And speaking of PACs, I don't know why this brought me to this particular topic, but the 527 groups, those independent attack groups that have been so influential in the past, Obama's finally unleashed his, whereas before he had tried to rein them in because he wanted to have an honorable campaign, which was an honorable aspiration, but it's obviously not going to work this time around. He finally unleashed them, and so they're really throwing out these attacks. There was one that attacked McCain's service. And while I don't necessarily think that's a fair thing to do, I do think everything at this point is viable. Because think about it, the Democrats have made a career of losing in the past because they haven't attacked hard enough, and the Republicans have been throwing these filthy, dirty, but effective negative attacks at the Democrats. So now it's about time that we did that, and that's what we are doing so well this time around. If you listen to Rush Limbaugh today, and I'm ashamed to admit I do that sometimes, but if you listen to that, the economic collapse that's going on has the conservatives in panic mode. Literally. They're trying to spin everything because they know conservatives have been in charge for the past 8 years, and under their watch the economy has tanked. I mean, especially yesterday when the Lehman Brothers, their entire thing went bankrupt, you just saw the effect that they have had on the economy. So now they're trying to spin it to be the Democrats' fault. They say it's mostly liberals in charge of these companies. There is no proof of that, and it's obviously not true. There are no statistics that say liberals control the majority of Wall Street. And Wall Street is in collapse because the federal government, which is currently run by conservatives, has not done enough. And speaking of Wall Street, the major HP computer corporation. I'm sure you all know of that. Its former CEO, I think the CEO, was McCain surrogate Fiorina. Fiorina. I don't even know her name, sorry. It's Fiorina. And she said today that Palin doesn't have the know-how to run a corporation like HP. Now, she quickly clarified running a corporation is completely different from running a country, but I'm sorry, that just does not set well with me, or I'm sure the American people. If she can't run a corporation like HP, then how is she supposed to run a major country, especially this particular country, which is the leader of the free world and the most successful democracy on the planet? Just answer me that, and I'll drop this line of attack. But she gave us a boon today, and that made a day that's already been perfect so far for us Obama supporters, us liberals. She made it even better. She gave us new arsenal. She gave us something to add to our arsenal, and we are very grateful to her. But about the economic collapse, Rush Limbaugh his head was smoking with confusion. He was trying to spin it, like I said, so it was the liberals' fault. Now, this economic collapse is terrible, and I do sympathize with those who have lost their jobs, but it is also a good thing for us Democrats, because Republicans have thrived when the economy is thriving on the campaign trail. And when the Democrats win, it tends to be in a time of economic recession. If there was ever an economic recession, we are in one now, and Obama will win, in part because of that. That's not the only reason. Obama's basically the best candidate we've seen since JFK from either party, but it will still help him on the way to victory. So that's today's episode. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless America.